What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another little video here, and today we are actually going to be doing something to the truck. And if you read the title of the video, yes, we are converting our truck into a Tesla. No, that's a 100% a clickbait title. And I mean, technically it's really not extremely far off, I guess, but obviously this is not a Tesla screen. This is just a touch screen single DIN actually stereo that I'm going to be putting in the truck. And I was recommended this by another person in our OBS truck group. He has it in his truck. I like the way it looked. He said he likes the way it sounds and likes the way it performs, so I went ahead and picked one up. So yeah, we've got our makeshift cardboard table here. We did finally get the garage finished up as far as like the paint and everything goes. Still got to throw some stuff away and just kind of continue cleaning things up from there. But yeah, we are back to working on the truck today, and we're going to get this stereo put in. Now, I do have an aftermarket stereo. We'll talk about that here in just a second. I did pick up a new wiring harness. I'm not sure if I need this or not, but we will see. But anyway, yeah, touchscreen Boss Audio Systems stereo. This is actually a 9-inch screen, and it's got the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, stuff like that, Bluetooth, all that stuff. Huge touchscreen stereo. So we will be getting that installed into our 97 Chevy here. Yeah, we're gonna put this in. And the reason why I opted to go with the single DIN touchscreen is, you know, there's pretty much two options you could do. You can put a double DIN touchscreen in here, but that requires you to purchase an aftermarket dash bezel. Metra makes one that fits the double DIN screen. You have to cut some things on the inside. It's honestly just, it's a bit of work to do it, and then finding the paint to match your factory plastics is very, very difficult. And it's just something that I really didn't want to mess with. So we're going to go with the single DIN and put that in place of what I've got now, which isn't anything special. It's just a cheap flip out screen. See if I can make it work. I don't know if it will or not. Sometimes it doesn't come out. It's not wired up completely all the way. It's just a cheap flip-up screen that doesn't fit. I put it in there kind of as a placeholder because I wanted to get something better. So we are going to probably slap the GoPro on and use that to kind of, you know, take things apart and you know, start filming some footage here and getting things going. All right, we should be set up and okay to do this little POV style here. We're gonna open this thing up and see what we're working with first and foremost. I haven't even opened this yet, so we're gonna see what we've got in the box. So here is the screen. So this is the screen portion of the unit. It looks like you just unplug it and just plug it back in. Really lightweight. You can pivot it up and down. Pretty big screen. It's gonna be nice to have in the truck here. So we've got that. Let's see what else we've got. Some wiring of its own, some bracketry, parking brake. What do we got here? Is this the microphone? I guess that's the microphone. Let's take a look. Take a look and see what all we have. So all of these wires have to be spliced into your harness in order for you to plug it in. If you have never installed a stereo before, yeah, there is a little bit of wiring that you have to do in order to put a new stereo in. Brackets, all these brackets. Here's the mic. I probably won't put the microphone in because I don't ever use the stereo, you know, talk wireless, you know, hands-free on the stereos. And here's the actual head unit itself, which is, like I said, just a single DIN replacement, and the screen just plugs into that. So, you know, after you get everything all wired up, it's pretty straightforward. Now, when you do put an aftermarket stereo in, you have to have the aftermarket little thing that, you know, fits this. I'm not sure 100% what these brackets are for that come with it, but you have to have the Metra kit that you could slide, you know, your stereo in so it fits in with whatever vehicle you have. So yeah, so what we have here, front camera input, microphone, rear camera input, USB charger, Apple and Android CarPlay. Okay, so it's a little bit more in depth than just a regular stereo. It shouldn't really be too much more different than what I've got installed in the truck already. Like I said, you know, a little bit of wiring going on, and you have to kind of know really what you're doing when it comes to wiring these up. So this little Metra harness that I've got here fits General Motors 1987 to 2005. So you have to, I just picked this up at O'Reilly. Pretty much any parts stores have them. And you have to make sure that you've got your pickups listed, or your vehicle, whatever, listed in the applications here. So right, we've got the 1995 to 2000 CK pickup. So this should work. And this end is what plugs into the factory harness for the factory stereo. So what we need to do first off is get all of this wired up and all these colors matched up to the little harness that comes with the stereo, and you know, get that all connected and everything. So a few different ways you could do this. You could just wire them up and tape the wires up if you really wanted to, or you could do it the right way and you know, solder it, or you could use some heat shrink connections, whatever you prefer. Obviously you want to probably do it the best way possible. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way, because this is the worst part about installing a stereo, just because it's time consuming. So we'll be right back. All right, so I've got everything connected. I just went ahead and used the heat shrink method on each of these wires. So all the wires to my Metra harness are connected. Every single one of them has been used, even the antenna wire. Some people don't put the antenna output on, but I will, just because I like to have everything functioning. And let's see, we're left over with reverse input and parking brake input, a couple of different things that is more than likely not going to be used. So we've got the harness put together, and that means that we get to come into the truck and figure out how to take this old unit out. All right, so first things first, we will have to turn the key, and we're going to have to make sure your parking brake's on, because this has got to go all the way down. So shift it all the way down into first, and then we're just going to grab it. Should just pop out like so, and then we're gonna have to unplug anything that's plugged in. So like the four-wheel drive controls, you know, the headlight switch, anything like that is gonna need unplugged before we can fully take this bezel off of the truck. All right, that four-wheel drive plug needed a little bit of extra persuasion, but we got that out. So we can go ahead and set this off to the side here. So yeah, anyway, we've got the stereo here, so now we could go ahead and put this back and turn our power back off. So we've got the stereo here. It looks like this one, we've got little tabs right there, and I just pull on those and pull everything out like so. Just like so, we've got this one out of the truck. So this is the little Metra kit, this little Metra inlay, Metra dash kit thing. I'll try to find that on Amazon. Super easy to use. It just really just goes around pretty much any single DIN stereo system. So I'm going to take this apart, and it should somehow slide off. All right, so I had to slide this little black piece of plastic off of this. So this goes back onto that stereo, and I'll link this down, like I said, in the description. But this one slid right back over, you know, this. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna make sure that everything's secured with my screwdriver. I'm gonna make sure these tabs are pushed down, and the little sleeve here is secured into the head unit here. All right, we did have this in upside down, so good thing we checked. We're going to take this and put this back in and mount it up, or get everything plugged in and mount it up in here. And then we're going to check the functions on everything. Now the back side of this has all of your little hookups and everything. So we got multiple hookups, sub hookups, and stuff like that we're gonna have to figure out real quick. So all right, so we're gonna grab our screen here very carefully. It's pretty cool. And figure out how to, first we're gonna figure out how to like adjust it, because okay, it adjusts up and down like that, and then you can also pivot it left and right, you know, that way whatever vehicle you have, you know, you pretty much make it work. So we're gonna plug this in just to power things on, and hopefully hopefully it'll work. You know, I'm not sure how to get it back out after you get it plugged in, to be honest, but we'll figure it out. So we need to adjust this screen. Whole screen needs to go like up, way up, all the way up, as far up as we can get. That's pretty close to the gear shift, but I mean, that's gonna have to work. All right, see if this thing powers on. We've got power. We've got power, boys and girls. I don't know if I want to take the protector off yet. I think we're gonna have to. I can't read it. A little bit of ASMR. Look at that. Check this out. We got a lot of features here. Let's see. Let's go with our hands-free here. Go ahead and gotta find my phone and get it connected. So this mutes it. This goes, well, that's a radio. Bluetooth audio. There we go.
Wait, I do know your house.
Well, okay, sound works. That's good. I'm gonna have to tune it. We're definitely gonna have to upgrade our speakers because they don't sound very good anymore. And I don't know if those back ones on the pillars work anymore. So we're gonna have to tune it up. But it works. The unit works. That's pretty freaking cool. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit and get everything put back together. All right, so here we are with everything put back together. Now, you know, I just wanted to get the stereo installed and fully functional today. Obviously, we could, you know, take the actual unit back out and, you know, tweak the connections and stuff like that. Add the Apple or the Android Auto cables, because you got to run that cable down and have it come out somewhere. I have yet to figure out. I don't know where I want to do with that, but I will figure that out because I do want that function if I want to use it. But yeah, this is kind of a game changer as far as the interior of this truck goes. You know, having this 9-inch screen in here. And yeah, I don't remember. I think I just have Sony speakers in the doors. If I upgrade those to some JL audio, or, you know, even just JBLs, I've got JBLs in the Hummer. They work pretty well. Then it would definitely be pretty cool. But yeah, we have, like I said, volume control. I do like having the volume knob, volume control here. You can turn off the beeping if you don't want it to beep. You've got all this. I don't know if the radio. I don't know if this works because I don't have an antenna plugged in. The antenna plug on the back of this, yeah, it's not going to work. But the antenna plug on the back of this does not match the plug that's in the truck, so I have to figure that out as well. But yeah, 9-inch screen, access to all of my HVAC controls. You know, the air vents, they're not blocked. This isn't blocked. As far as behind it, we do have there's not much room, but it's not touching the dash, and we got to keep our factory dash bezels, so that's pretty cool. I would call that a success for sure. And just to kind of reiterate, here is the unit. This is the BCPA9. They have a 10 and they have a 7, I believe. I'm not sure where that screen is. I'm not sure that screen. No, that might be the Apple CarPlay screen. And I don't have an iPhone, so I won't be able to use that one. But anyway, I'm happy with that. I mean, look at it. That just looks good. That just looks cool just from right here. So yeah, that's a successful install, and it knocks one of our things off of the list of things that we have to put on this truck. So yeah, I'm super excited to have a working stereo again. Not just a working stereo, but a touchscreen stereo in this truck. It's going to make things a lot nicer, especially when I upgrade more of the sound system. Things are going to sound a lot better, and everything's just going to be really back to where we need to get things. We've got a lot of stuff in store for this thing, so you guys keep updated on the channel. Subscribe to the channel. If this helped you out, give it a like. YouTube likes likes, so I would definitely appreciate likes, because we need to get back in the game, man. We really need to get back into things here as far as social media and YouTube goes. But yeah, I think I could say that I recommend that stereo just based off of the way it fits, the way it looks, the functionality, and it's really not that expensive. So I could say that I do recommend that for you guys to put in this truck. The one thing that I was concerned about is fitment and making sure that I could access, all the heater controls, AC, all heat AC, all the controls that you need to access, without that big screen being in the way. The 10-inch one might get in the way just a little bit, but you might be able to get away with it. But anyway, it will be linked in my description on my Amazon storefront, so that way you guys, if you want one, go through Amazon and purchase it. I'm gonna try to find all like the Metra stuff, the adapter, like that, that plastic adapter that I've got in there works extremely well. Super easy to swap over to different stereos, as you guys saw, and it just makes life a whole lot easier. So with all that being said, guys, that's a wrap on this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for future content, because I've ordered something for the truck that I can't wait to do. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but it's several weeks out, so I'm excited to get that. See you guys in the next video. I would like to show you guys today's sponsor of the video. But yeah, this one I'm pretty excited about. It's this company. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, or if it's just letters. JFEGWO. They reached out to me asking if I wanted to try their jump pack. I really probably need one of these, and I've not looked at this yet. This is actually the first time I'm pulling it out of the box. Alright, so we've got, looks like just the jump starter instruction manual. Set that over here. Another piece of foam, and this should be the actual charger. 6,000 amp charger, and you can also use this to charge your phone, charge whatever. And these things are pretty cool. I've always wanted a jump box, but they're quite expensive, and I just never really took the opportunity to purchase one for myself. So it's pretty cool if they reached out wanting to send this over to me. Now this thing, it's pretty small. You can keep this under your seat, on your seat, wherever. I mean, this is pretty small. It's a pretty good size. Looks like it's got a little flashlight on it and everything. Let's go ahead and see what all we've got here in the box. So that's the rest of the case. This should be the actual jumper cable portion, I'm assuming. So that's probably the wall charger to actually charge the jump box. And this should be the jumper cable portion, obviously. So we'll plug this in to that, and we'll be able to jump car batteries with that. Looks like we've got a Type C to Type C as well as a looks like a cigarette lighter adapter of some sort. Not sure how that's going to work, but and that's what we've got in the box. So let's see what happens when we just go ahead and power this thing on. I don't know if it comes pre-charged. Looks like it comes with 88% on it. We've got the flashlight here. Let's go ahead and strobe, I guess, for emergencies if you're on the side of the road. It's pretty cool. Get that peeled off of there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this set up. I know that the truck should be alright. It might not be, but this Mustang has also had battery issues. I actually need to replace the battery. This one's completely dead. Alright, so here I want to mention this. I opened up this little compartment here. We've got multiple ways to charge different devices. This is the 12 volt, so you put that little cigarette lighter adapter plug into that, and you're able to charge up anything using the cigarette lighter. Then you've got a Type C 3.0, which you could charge your Android phones. I think the new iPhones come with that. Regular USB, and another, looks like a little, I don't know, it says PD-65. I don't know if that's Lightning or if that's also Type C. That might be Lightning. So lots of features here to really charge up whatever you need to charge. And over here on this side is where we're going to plug in our jumper cables to. Alright, so we're going to turn that on. It says to double press it in the instructions. But I pressed it once and it came on. I don't know if that's still the same. And then connect your cables. We're going to connect our black and our red. And then you're supposed to just be able to start the car according to the instructions. Alright, let's see if this does anything, because I think I figured it out. Huh. Okay, so that battery was completely dead, and we went from 86% down to 71, but it fired the car up. So it used a pretty good chunk of percent, but it fired the car up from a completely dead battery. So that's pretty cool. That's good. It's a lot more simple than I was trying to make it out to be. I thought maybe it had something else I had to do. But yeah, fired that car right up from a completely dead battery. Of course, I'm going to have to test that battery and all that stuff. But this thing, I mean, it's really heavy duty. It's really cool. So I'm going to throw the link down there in the description to this. If you guys are interested in it, I will be carrying this around in the truck because, like I said, it's got some issues of its own.